Hello there, Master Hellish here, and welcome to a special, Friday night live stream. We're going to be doing some OpenTTD. It's going to be a little bit different. I have done a stream like this before, so it's not kind of unique. But I'm here. We're going to have OpenTTD. We're going to do some experiments. We're going to do some Q&A. I'm going to do a bit of tutorial, and I've also got some a bunch of rapscallions here on the Discord as well. Hello, people.
Hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Yeah, I was actually quite impressed at how quickly you guys unmuted yourselves. So there is no kind of countdown, gameplay starts, or any of that, which actually should be on the screen. It's just not for some weird reason. Is it broken? Is the background gone? I don't know. It's like it's there, but I don't know. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because we're going into the game. Greetings, everybody. Hello, everybody in chat. Now, there are, right, for probably this doesn't happen very often. It's a very historical moment. There are 2 streams on Twitch of OpenTTD right now. Wow. Okay, I know, steady, right? I'm streaming tonight, and the reason why we moved it to tonight is because the Yogscast are doing their Jingle Jam. It's their first day of it, and they are currently playing OpenTTD. And me and some of the folks over in the Discord have been watching them play for the last hour and a half. And you know what? They're doing okay. They're doing all right. They're doing some nice little networks and stuff like that. So whilst I would love you to stay here, you may also want to open that on a second screen, keep it muted, or something like that, because that's what I've got. I've got it up here. You won't be able to see from Cam 2, because Cam 2 is actually right next to the stream. So you see this monitor here? I've got another one here, and there at the top. And Discord's down here. And I'm here. Hello.
So the only issue is they've got it set as just chatting, not as OpenTTD.
They haven't.
They have, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah. That is a big shame. Okay, so there's only one big OpenTTD stream. Graham says, "Are they doing better than last year?" You know what? I think they are doing quite well. I mean, the thing is that they're not really that bad at it. Some of them are. Some of them are very inexperienced and only really play it once a year. People like Lewis. Lewis knows what he's doing playing OpenTTD. He's been playing it for many years. Spiff, of course, exploiting OpenTTD, working with modders of OpenTTD to do all sorts of crazy games. It's good fun. It's good fun. And Potato also knows what they're doing as well. I'm going to try and catch up with chat and keep up to date with it. But the moderators have kindly said, if you ask a question and I miss it, they will curate that and poke me with it at some point. So hello to everybody who I haven't said hello to for a start. If you're not watching live, I'm afraid you can't submit a question live, but you can always come over to the Discord. We've got an OpenTTD help channel, and if you want to come over to the Discord, the link to my Discord is at the top and bottom of my website. So you can go to masterhellish.net and come over to the Discord if you like. Right, will there be informations on the festive live stream scheduled for December the 16th? There is a lot of information about that stream on my website. Go to masterhellish.net, and at the top of the website it says Festive 23. There is a good deal of information, including a screenshot of the map, which Wizard Brandon kindly made.
Hello.
Very good map there. I would say it's a bit of a collaboration because me and him worked on it, but he did the work and I just said some stuff. So really,
I was ChatGPT. You were the guy prompting.
Well, yeah, okay. It was a collaborative effort between Brandon, me, and ChatGPT. Me and Brandon were both doing ideas. ChatGPT was telling us how to do the graphic for it, and Brandon actually did it. So there we go. So good morning, good evening, good night, hello. Hope you are all well. Right, so yes, there is information. If you want to know any more information than what's already on my website, please ask specific questions, and I will get to you as quickly as possible. Hello, how am I doing tonight? I'm doing very well, thank you very much. And yes, the Yogscast are doing very well indeed as well. I think last year they'd raised a little bit more money than they had this year. By this point in the stream, but I haven't donated yet, so
We are nearly at $1 million.
Yes,
So
they
they
made.
used to use dollars when it was Humble Bundle, but now it's Tiltify, which I think is UK, so they use pounds.
I think, and I'm not sure, but I think they reached £1 million last year
During OpenTTD.
during
So
OpenTTD. So they've still got a couple of hours left.
I was going to say it's quite late as well.
But I says, good to finally see you live. I'm live quite a bit, but I'm guessing it's time zones or you're busy. But hello, welcome. Forget some poking. So if you have ever had an OpenTTD question, now is a very, very good time to ask it, because you can get it asked live, and if it requires some form of demonstration, I can show you. We have got a different climate on. We've got, I can't remember the what's the name of the climate?
Subtropical?
No, it's tropical, isn't it?
Yeah, subtropical's the normal.
Anyway,
Normal's temperate.
normal's temperate.
Oh,
Yeah, and then there's the Arctic one. Anyway,
I can check.
it doesn't matter too much. The basic principles are the same, and we can always switch. So, the first thing that I would normally do in a game like this is find somewhere to start, but it depends what I want to do and how I feel like doing it. If I just want to min-max OpenTTD, you probably start with passengers and mail. If you look at the cargo payment rates... Oh, by the way, folks, if you're interested, I did actually get a shout-out on the live stream, the Yogscast live stream. Spiff did mention me, as did Potato. And in the... Is it the general chat, Jackamak? We've got...
yeah.
We've got a video posted. Jackamak grabbed it. There is, I think, a clip from YouTube as well, so we have got that. Right, back to what I was saying. These are the cargo payment rates. This is a little bit different than the temperate environment, remember, because we've got fruit and things like that, and copper ore, and we've got wood. Okay, but the general principle's the same. So different cargoes pay different amounts depending on, how far you move them, how far they were in transit, and also just kind of like a base amount. And you can see down here, passengers is one of the worst things you can transport. So why would you start with passengers? Does anybody know why you might start with passengers? I'm throwing this over to the Discord.
There's just lots of them.
And you can make money both ways.
Town growth.
Right. Well, certainly for the beginning of the game, those are the two answers I was looking for. Jack Mac's right. You can grow the towns, and you can get an absolute ton of them. But those are the two things I was looking for. So right at the beginning of the game, if you look at, for example, this copper ore mine, it produces 40 tons of copper ore a month. Right, that's it. Okay, and now some of them will be different amounts, depending on what industry you're looking at. Tons of maize and things like that. Litres of rubber. Passengers are two-way. Joe, that's right in chat. Yeah, you got that there. We have to give chat credit because they're behind, aren't they? There's a little bit of a delay there. Atomic Lee says, hello from Vancouver, Canada. Glad to caught this stream. Well, hello and welcome. Brent Anvil says, are there seasons in OpenTTD or mods for it? No, and I don't think so.
I've had a look. There was a mod that added like all the biomes together, but it wasn't very good, and it kind of broke World Gen.
Yeah, there's a lot of mods. They've gone for a break. Interesting. What was I saying? Yeah, there's a lot of mods in OpenTTD that are very interesting, but just don't work. So, because these industries produce a relatively small amount of stuff, if we go to the town directory, okay, we can organize this town directory by population, sort by that population, and you can see that we've got a stonking great big city here. And across the entire city, you can see that the passengers produced last month is 212 passengers and 106 mail. So you're getting over 300 units of cargo to transport like that, as long as you can get a good catchment on the city. So because of those two reasons, because you actually get stuff going in both directions, like you can go passengers one way and then you can take passengers back again, it's a good thing to start with. It's not the only thing. Hello and many thanks for your YouTube streams. Welcome. You learned a lot about OpenTTD. I'm glad that I was able to do that. Now, I think... any tips or tricks for switching from electric to monorail or MacLeod without having to redo all the trains?
Classic issue.
It is. It is a difficult one, and there's two answers. One depends on whether you want to use mods or not, but the basic answer is no. There are some mods that make it somewhat easier. There's ones where you can, correct me if I'm wrong, but you can run multiple different types of trains on the same track. Or you can have the same depot and then you can change it and things. But no, in the base game, it is a little nightmare. And that's the only reason I skip monorail. Because I don't want to have to change from electric to monorail and then from monorail to maglev.
I'm a very big monorail lover, but by the time you get monorail and then switch from everything to monorail, maglev comes out in like 3 years.
Yeah.
So it's pointless.
Yeah.
You have to do it all over again.
Yeah, I've just realised that I've accidentally started this game in 1930, so I can't even build any railway.
Just skip.
I might actually
Use
just...
cheats.
I'm going to use cheats. To try and remember the key combination. There we go. This is
Control
something
shifts.
that we don't actually have in the tutorials, and it's actually on my to-do list. Like the top 10 ways to cheat in OpenTTD. I've debated about whether making that video or not. I don't know. Oh, I was just going to have a quick look to see what was being said. And I just realised I don't want to actually stream the audio from the Yogscast, do I? So yes, we can actually just change the date. So let's change it to 1975. Yeah. Notice that when you do use cheats, though, you get this tick box. And as far as I'm aware, there's no way of getting rid of that. So if somebody sends me a game save, I very often open the cheats window. Just have a look to see if any of those tick boxes are ticked. See if anybody's been doing any cheating. But now you can see we've got railway construction. So when I said about good catchment, a good thing you can do is have really long stations because it gives you more catchment. It does cost you more to build those stations.
Called subtropical.
Subtropical. There we go. Confirmed by Brandon. Let's do 2 tracks like this. There we go. Oh, the game's paused. Let's unpause the game. There we go. Now the game's going to go crazy telling me that new vehicles are available because we skipped forward in time. How do we get a functioning AI competitor, says Peanut? You know what? AI is not something I've really looked into much because I either set my own single-player challenge, like give myself something to overcome in the game, like grow a city, or I play with other people on multiplayer. So yeah, a good. There are lots of different AIs out there. I think. Shall I open a second instance of OpenTTD? Let's do that.
Of course, it's quite easy to get an AI to work.
Yeah, it is, but a lot of them are not very clever, and they don't build very good tracks, and they're easy to beat and things like that.
I remember Admiral AI was the first one I used, and it
Yeah. So
wasn't great.
so not a lot of people know this, that on Steam you can actually launch OpenTTD twice. All you got to do is browse to where the files are, and then just open the exe again, and it'll just run a second instance of OpenTTD. So if I just show my main screen now, there we go. We've got OpenTTD running there. There's my Steam in the background, and then I can just show you the other OpenTTD there as well. So we got 2, and you can do that with the Steam version. So there we go. But yes, what you want to be doing is going to check online content, and in here, look at all these AIs. So there is a lot of different AIs in here, as well as AI libraries for other sorts of scripts. There's even a tutorial AI, but it's not something I've really looked into. So if anybody watching has any really good recommendations for AIs, do give a suggestion. Drop an idea down. Let me know, because maybe I want to do a video about it. I think that'd be a good thing to do.
Watching like 14 AIs on the same map and you're just like a spectator could be interesting.
It could be interesting to see what happens there. Botai says, I would like to see you play on multiplayer like Reddit Vanilla. Why Reddit Vanilla?
That's the most popular TTD server.
I mean, we do multiplayer games. If you want to see me play multiplayer, we're going to be doing that on the 16th. We've got the big we've got 2 multiplayer games on the 16th. We've got a fun warm-up game, which is a little bit shorter. And then we've got a interesting and challenging and massive longer game afterwards. You know what? I'm going to build a little railway line. So we've got this town here. I've put a station in. It's got relatively good catchment. Should we show cheating with spread stations? What do we think, folks? What do we think about that?
Helpful to make more profit with your beginner stations.
It is very helpful, yes. I'm currently looking for a town near this big city, this starting city that I've gone to, 1,600. I've made the mistake of not making sure that there's another city nearby that I can easily connect it up to. Because simply there isn't. And also, I don't know if this town will grow without food and water being supplied. It will
grow without water.
Because it's in this green belt around the water. Oh, I've got the drawing tool. Why am I wiggling my mouse around? So because we've got water over here, right? This green belt section of land. Okay, any town that has its city centre in that green belt doesn't require food and water to grow. And it looks like this square here is probably the town centre. Maybe this one. It's hard to tell on this bit. And it's just in the green area. So it's good.
You're not playing with 3x3 roads.
We're not playing with 3x3 roads, no.
So that's a very easy way to tell where the town centre is.
Yes, that is easier. Anyway, this town doesn't need it. So let's have a look for some other towns. So this one's 300. Oh, look at this one. That's 1,000. But you can see here that this one requires food and water. Gil says it's the second tile. I think you're right, Gil. It was the second tile I marked. Sent a link to that webpage, to your community. They're planning to set a 3-digit donation during the stream. Oh my goodness, that would be fantastic if we got that. I'm doing it for the World Council Research Fund. Why am I not wearing the t-shirt? I guess it's because the t-shirt, I think the t-shirt's in the wash. But I have a t-shirt from the charity. They were very kind to contact me and send me a t-shirt. Hopefully we will raise a lot of money for a very good charity. Random question from Atomic Lee. If a scenario has a new GRF setting applied, like Japanese trains and buildings, is there a way to remove and replace those new GRF settings, or do you have to just live with it? Oh, that's a sticky one, isn't it?
You can remove GRFs from a scenario, but it's risky and may break.
There you are. Brandon got it. You can add. You can add as well.
Yeah,
you can add and remove GRFs. There's 2 different ways of doing it. My preferred way is to save the game, change it to a scenario file just by changing the file extension, load it as a scenario. You can change the GRFs there, save the scenario file, change it back to a save game, and then play it. As a general rule, especially with stuff that doesn't change the game massively, don't really have any problems normally. I did do it in a video though. I don't know if anybody in chat or moderators knows where that video is. I don't know if it's part of the how-to series or whether it's part of the main tutorial series.
If I recall, you had to do it. Did you have to enable developer mode?
Enabling developer mode does something else, I think, as well. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'd have to watch my video. Oh, look, here we go. Look, we've got another town here. It might actually be the second town on the list. It is. It's the second town on the list. And the reason why I thought it might be the second town on the list is because the population is very close to our first town. And it's also in a green belt. Hey, Tim, and welcome to the stream. Oh, should we do a game giveaway? That'd be nice, wouldn't it? I haven't actually got... Because I've got other things. I've got extra stuff on my screen that I don't normally have. I haven't actually got an eye on how many people we've got visiting today on the stream. So I don't know if the moderators could keep an eye on that and let us know if we reach past any thresholds.
Twitch has 50. YouTube has 55.
Ah, welcome everybody. Twitch has 1. No, probably doesn't.
Your games.
There we go. Right, so I'm trying to figure out where to put the station. I want to try and nuzzle it in as close as possible. I'm going to delete this house and these 2 pieces of road. My plan is to try and get the station in here, because I want the catchment to be like as close to the middle of the town as possible. So let's unpause the game and just delete those bits. I said those trains would keep popping up, wouldn't I? Let's get the station in. We'll use the same size station as what we had before. We're going to need a bigger loan. And I'm a little bit worried we're going to run out of money. But that's fine. This is a tutorial. I can either cheat money in, or say that I was demonstrating how you shouldn't build an absolutely massive line right at the beginning of the game. If you know you're going to be alright, then that's not too bad. Look at the size of this line I'm going to have to build. I'm not sure. You know what? I'm going to go single track. I think I'm going to go...
Good for saving money.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm going to go single track to begin with, and then I'll...
With passing loops, or...
No, I'll just build the second one when I need to. Although I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to get past this lake. It's not easy. And also, that we're going to end up with a tight corner. We can talk about corners if we like. They're bad. There's nothing wrong with a little kink, but your corners really need to be longer than a train length as a general rule.
It's not that bad here. You're approaching the station, so...
Yeah, true. Leaving and approaching a station doesn't affect it too much.
Yeah.
I used to do like max length corners for every single corner. It just took up a lot of space.
It does take up a lot of space. K-Shizzle, going good, thank you very much. Guild Game says, a developer mode is the key, so you can change GRFs on the fly. Yeah, that's the other way of doing it. It depends whether you want to enable developer mode, though, doesn't it, eh? But yes, you can definitely break a few game saves. Can't you just build a waterworks close to the city? I mean, where are the water things, anyway? I think one's there. So there's a water supply here.
Buy a water acceptor.
Normally, you can't build primary industries, I think, on the default game settings. So if you go Fund New Industry, you can see it's just not in the list.
Which reminds me of a fun tip. If you have a primary industry and a place that accepts it in the same station, it won't automatically transfer to itself. You need 2 stations for that.
Yes. We're going to do a single track. We're going to do a single track. I'm also going to try and avoid the farmland as much as possible, because that costs an absolute fortune. Let's get a bridge going down here over that water. We're actually not doing too bad on money. I think I was being a bit overcautious.
We can always cheat in some more.
We can always cheat in some more. Like I said, it's a tutorial, isn't it? Tutorial, Q&A, and so forth. Yeah, we're just doing a Q&A, bit of a chill session. Roanbase says, hi, do you know why schedules get all funky when adding more buses and trams? You never get it to work properly. I think if you change the number of vehicles in the vanilla game, you need to redo your schedule, reschedule your schedule. But I tend not to use them.
I use them for very niche things like farming supplies.
Yeah, I mean, that's used to be the only reason I ever used to use them. Until then, I realised that I don't have to. I can just use aircraft because they're small and naturally space themselves out and drip feed what you need. I can't think of any way that I would use timetables in my current the way that I currently play the game.
What about for buses when growing a city?
No, because if you're just doing buses to grow a city, you deliberately put the stations close to each other. And if the stations are close to each other, the bus will visit all the stations that it needs to, and then you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, true.
I was way overcautious about the money. I'm building the second line straight away. It's better to be a little bit too cautious, unless it was like some sort of competitive game where the objective was to race to a certain goal as quickly as possible. In which case, you need to know what you're doing, and you need to have a good plan, and then you need to execute that plan as quickly as possible.
Someone in chat asked, for that river where you built a bridge over it, is a bridge or tunnel better?
It depends. It depends. It depends how you define better. And it also depends where it is.
A tunnel has no speed limit, but you have to dig and is more expensive.
Yes, so if you're not worrying about money, then that side of it doesn't matter. Bridges, if you're playing in the earlier game and you have fast vehicles later on in the game, you need to go and replace all your bridges because the bridges have speed limits and the tunnels don't have speed limits. But tunnels do have a negative effect to train acceleration. Oh. So if you're at a point of your railway line where your train may be accelerating, for example, outside the front of a station, it's actually better to build a bridge because the bridges don't have kind of negative acceleration feature. So bridges near stations, apart from that, tunnels. And there's another caveat. Tunnels usually require more space than a bridge because you've got to deform the land and then go down, where the actual up and down is part of the bridge. You don't have to change the land. So if you've got the space, do a tunnel, unless you're near a station, in which case you might want to consider a bridge.
I don't know what to do. I'll probably forget that, but
as far as I'm aware, it's not a massive factor. It's not a big factor. It's a small penalty. Right, we're going to put signals all the way along that railway line. I'm going to press the S tool to bring up signals because I'm already in the railway construction. I'm going to set my signal spread to 4 just because I feel like it today. If you're playing with infrastructure maintenance turned on, you may want your signal spacing to be further apart to reduce the number of signals and reduce the amount of cost. But that's not a default game setting. Most people don't play with that turned on, in which case you probably want to bring it down to 2, because the closer you can run your trains together, the more throughput you get. And there we go. What is this acceleration thingy? Guild Games. Tunnels have a negative modifier to train acceleration. Right, so we're going to drive on the left, because that's what I like to do. Alright, let's remove that signal. Put a good one in. Hold control, drag along the line. Boom, signals. And it's actually a really good way to check that you've done your line properly, because if you drag your signals along your line and you haven't put any junctions or depots in, and your signals don't make it all the way to the other end, then you've got a gap somewhere.
Spacing your signals out can be good for getting your trains all split up and nice.
Yeah, if you actually, that's a technique that I sometimes use. If you deliberately want to space between your trains, let's say we wanted to put a natural spacing between the trains here. What we could do is just near the starting station, just go here and just remove a block of the signals. So we can use that. You can use that as a natural spacer to put a gap between the trains. And then once there's loads of trains all running on the line and they're all pretty well spaced anyway, we could come back and put our signals in. So it's actually a good spacing tool. And I've done it before. Right, Timman says, with timetables, you can get the exact amount of farming supplies and engineering supplies planes. Yes, you can do, but I find that is very often, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, not necessary.
Bit superfluous.
Yeah. You don't need to go that far with it. Oh, I just seen concurrent viewers 61. Hello, 61 vanilla. People.
They have less units.
Also, folks, I can't remember if I said this last live stream or not. We're on the road to 20k now. We passed 19,000 subscribers on YouTube recently, which means we're on the road to 20k. So, 2024, hopefully, is the year that we get to 20k subscribers on YouTube, which will be a really nice landmark. If we do that, I will plan a special live stream of some description, and maybe we'll do another poster, because we did a poster for 10k, or maybe we'll do something else. Let me know if you've got any idea. Oh, we've just gone up a subscriber. We just gained one. 19,025.
Yay.
Okay, so we've got our natural spacer in. What are we missing? We're missing a depot over here. Should we have depots along the route?
Or missing trains?
Well, yeah, we are missing trains. Should we get some trains on it?
Might as well buy trains then put depots down.
Yeah. Hi, are you wearing anti-blue glasses? If yes, do you find them helpful? Right. What time is it? Oh, 10 o'clock. Wife will be in bed.
What are we going to do? Shout like, I'm wearing anti-blue glasses.
No, she's an optician. I was going to ask her.
Oh. Okay.
She's a type of optician. You know what? All right, I'm going to take a 2-minute break because I've run out of drink anyway. I'm going to see if my wife's awake, and I'm going to phone a friend. I'm going to see if my wife's awake, and I'll ask her about the glasses, and I will be back shortly. See you all in 2 minutes. Cows, I think 3 of them.
Oh yeah. Come here.
Turn right.
Get him.
Turn right.
Get him. Get him.
Get him. Foot to the floor. Use shift.
Oh. Bang. Bang. Oh.
Oh my goodness! That cow shot up into the air like nobody's business. And this one's running away from us, and it's big. No! No! Oh no! We lost our no. I can't pick it back up. Well, bye-bye nose cone. Oh, damn. I'm pretty sure it's only essential for takeoff anyway. Uh-oh, there's a lake and I have to get across it. Oh, I've got that new ability. Where is it? There we are. We will just levitate across the lake. Got that last level, I think.
Levitate, it's pretty handy.
Oops, there we go. I'm not sure. I can move it around. It's just ridiculous. I can do that. Remember, the SAS system is turned off. We are slowly accelerating. The tyres squeak noises. There we go. Okay, folks, I am back. So let me just reiterate over that question. Hi, are you wearing anti-blue light glasses? If yes, do you find them helpful? So these are not anti-blue glasses. I noticed a change in my eyesight, so I went to see my optician. If you ever notice a change in your eyesight, you should go and get your eyes checked, because there's other things that's going on, not just, oh, my eyes have changed. There could be health issues that can be detected through that. and they've got special machines where they can look at the back of the eye. They can even tell if you might have a brain tumor and things like that by looking into your eyes and doing eye tests. There's the number of times I hear stories in from journals like ophthalmic journals of we saved this woman's life because we that she had an eye test and they spotted a tumor starting and things like that. So yes, it's very important for that sort of stuff. But back to the actual question. I noticed a change in my eyesight. I was like a good boy, booked myself in, got my eye test. The optician was like, "You're not due." I said, "Yeah, I know, but something's changed." And he was like, "You're right, it has changed. You've got a slight prescription now." So I do have glasses for when I'm at the computer and when I'm driving. Basically anything I have to be concentrating, and it's something that's really fine. So if I was going to the cinema and watching something, I would put them on. There's not a massive difference, but your eyes get tired, if you don't wear glasses and you need them. It's not true that wearing glasses will make your eyes deteriorate quicker. That's an urban myth. It's not true. Also, what probably isn't true is blue light glasses. Okay, so we're circling back round to the question again. My wife says there is little to no decent empirical evidence in the scientific community that blue light or anti-blue light glasses actually do anything at all. Okay, there is little to no weight to the claims that are being made behind them in the academic community. So basically, people are making claims about them. We don't really have any information enough information to dispute those claims and say that's not right. But also, we've not managed to find anything to support them either. So, as a general rule, it's at best wishful thinking, probably at worst a scam. So there we go. Yeah, eh?
A scam, eh?
I personally find them useful, but that's just me. I'm not going to say they work. But
this is the thing. You see that it's really difficult to know because you've got a number of different factors involved. For example, somebody might change their prescription. Their prescription might get worse. And when they get new glasses, they might get some anti-blue light ones. Yeah. Well, who's to say it's the anti-blue light doing the improvements? Maybe it's the fact that they've now got lenses that better match their new prescription, which is helping them out. There's so many different factors involved. So, as a general rule, as far as I'm aware, it's a load of rubbish, really, and unless you can prove otherwise. What was you? I'm a blue light atheist, if that's what you want to call it.
If you're gonna get any, don't spend a lot on them anyway, because they're charging a fortune for glasses aren't even a prescription glasses.
I do have anti-glare though. I do have an anti-glare coating, and personally, for me, I find that brilliant. Timon says it's true. In vanilla, it's kind of useless, but with furs, it gives you more gung ho productions. Yes. Well, no. I just use planes, and you can drip feed what you need to. So jobs are good. Right. Should we get some trains?
Some of the faster, some of the faster transport that has very little cargo capacity is great for farming and engineering supplies.
Yeah. I mean, you could just have a train with just one carriage.
Yeah.
And you could just keep doing that, and you could do a round robin as well. So you can get the train to go to the source and then to a farm and then to the source and to a different farm and to the source and to a different farm, and that way it's kind of spreading between all of them. There's different ways of doing it. Right, now we were talking about this earlier about the ratio of passenger carriage to mail van. We were talking about this while watching the Yogscast Jingle Jam. So if you open up a city, right, and have a look, you can see how many passengers, how many mail the city offers, and you can kind of work out a ratio between the two. Okay, so let's have a little look at that. So I've got a calculator on the screen. I know it doesn't show for you guys, but you can believe me or not, it doesn't matter. So I'm just going to add those two numbers together, That's 340 units of cargo. Okay.
Wait, I thought the max was how much it could accept.
No, this is production.
Oh.
Like if a station qualifies as accepting a cargo type, then it'll accept an infinite amount of that cargo type. But you have to have a certain amount of buildings within the catchment area for that station to then qualify for that catchment. So we can look at that in a minute. No, I haven't got a giant physical calculator. It's on the screen. So Gil says it's 3 and 1. You're fine. So there's different ways you can calculate it. It depends whether you want percentages and stuff. Invalid input. I can't remember what I said now. I got sidetracked. 351 was it? No, it wasn't. I'll do it again.
251.
251 plus the 69. There we go. 340. 340 is what I was looking for. So what you can do all sorts of things like 251 divided by 340. That tells me that the amount of passengers in the town is 74% of the total maximum cargo. So 74% is actually a little bit over 3 and 1. It's actually 0.738235294111. But you remember, this is just one town. If I go to a different town, that number's going to be different. So, essentially, Guild Games is right. You want to be looking at around 3 and 1. But there's something important you've got to remember, and that's the cargo capacity of your carriages. So the passenger carriage, if we look very closely here, not too close because then it won't fit on the screen. The capacity of the passenger carriage is 40 passengers, right? But if we look at the passenger capacity of the mail van, it's only 30 bags of mail. So you can't just have 3 passenger carriages and 1 mail van, because the mail van doesn't hold as much. No, nobody cares precisely, but you know.
Good question in chat there.
What's that?
Is it better to just unload or transfer cargo if a station does not accept the good?
If a station doesn't accept the good, you're not really going to get anything, are you?
If actually transfer would work, because then you could pick it up and deliver it using another method. But if it simply doesn't accept the cargo, you might want to move your station closer.
Yeah, I just wouldn't do that because it's just not economical. Like, why would you have a line that doesn't deliver to somewhere where it can accept? Just make sure, yeah, Guild Games has got it. Make sure it accepts. Yeah. Yeah.
Also, Bu's right.
That is the production of the whole town, yes. Now, if you want to extend your coverage or do spread stations, then that's what you can. But I was just trying to get a ratio from that. Now, if you were to use this land area information button up here and click on a house, you can see here, it says cargo accepted, 3 out of 8 passengers. And I think this is what Brandon was talking about. Okay.
I was looking at the town when you click on the town.
No, okay. So this is something that's quite interesting, and it's something I didn't know for a while. What you need is that what that means is that square of houses counts to 3/8 of the requirement to accept passengers. So if I get a little bus station and I move it out the town, you can see, and let's just make sure it's not over anything. You can see it accepts nothing. If I move it so it's over one of those houses, does it accept passengers? No, it still accepts nothing. If I do it so it's over 2 of those houses, no, it still accepts nothing, because that would be 6/8. We need to get a bigger number than like 8. As soon as I move that over 3 of those houses, boom, accepts passengers, because now we've got 9 lots of 9/8. And then that same goes for mail and food. And different buildings have different ratios of what cargo is accepted. So that is how the game works out what is going to be accepted at your station. Also, you've got to bear in mind that this particular example is only going to work for passengers because it's a passenger depot. So there we go. Right, let's jump back to the chat and then get some trains going. You've been watching my Season 10 OpenTTD. It's really good fun. You frequently say, yeah, in a funny way. I don't know if I did it the same way there, without thinking about it. Yeah. There's a few different things that I say. Some of them are more subconscious. Some of them are a little bit more deliberate. And also we're going to do a game giveaway. Oh, I've been logged out of my own tools because I've been sat here chatting too long.
That happens?
Yeah, basically the website's got, I think it's an hour and a half since you logged in.
Wow.
Wait, and you've got to use it, otherwise it logs you out?
Yeah, if you don't navigate to a different page or do anything after 90 minutes, it'll log you out of the website. So it's a security thing.
Maybe bump up to 2 hours, because sometimes you stream 2 hours. I don't know if you can do that. But...
Yeah, but if you do anything within that 90 minutes, it will then reset that timer, and you can have it'll be 90 minutes from when you've done that anything.
It did happen today, though.
Yeah, but that's because I set that up when I was starting to watch the Jingle Jam.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Because I've only been streaming now 48 minutes. So if I'd have set that up at the beginning of the stream, it'd have been fine.
I see.
We're going to do a game giveaway for... I'm going to pick one this time. Project Chemistry. Well, that sounds interesting.
Sounds like Project Zomboid, but it probably isn't.
Yeah, well, whatever it is, we're doing a giveaway for it. So if you want to be involved in that giveaway and have a chance of winning that prize, go to portal.masterhellish.net where you can enter. If you don't have a Portal account, you can just go to my website, create an account. It's free and relatively easy to do so. Right, let's try and get through some of the chat and then actually put some trains on this map. Little bit of inter-chat chatting. Industry closes on you. Oh yeah, if the industry I hate it when industries close on me. You've got to be quick. If you're supplying stuff, the industry shouldn't. Well, and if you're supplying stuff and you've got good ratings, then it shouldn't shut down.
The only caveat to that is land oil wells not on the desert map. Those cannot increase in production. They can only ever decrease. So eventually they will decrease to nothing and close.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Oh, here we go. Kevin DB says, I saw one of your playthroughs of Railroute as a broadcast stream earlier this week. That's right. The developers of Railroute came and said, hey, would you be able to make a little stream? Then you... and I said, yeah, and I did. And they used it and they put it on their website. No, they put it on their YouTube and on the store page as well. Why is the website not HTTPS? It is. I think there's just a problem with the redirect on a couple of URLs. It seems to work in most places, and I haven't quite nailed down why. But if you manually change it to HTTPS by actually writing it in your browser, it will work. If you go to any of the other pages where it's working, it will also work. So the website is HTTPS, and most pages do forward correctly. There is a small number of pages which do not, and I don't know why. I'm not a web wizard like that. I'm working on it. It's on my list to fix. So there we go. You're fine. Right. It redirects. Yes, it should do. Anyway, trains and questions. So yes, the website does. Oh, we got the engine. Oh yeah, that's right. We was working out our ratios, wasn't we? So if we take, should we take 70%? Because I worked that town out at 74%. So we're going to round it down slightly.
Yeah, 70.
So if we go with 70%, and we've got how long is our train going to be? Well, let's do it maximum length for the station. So we're going max length 7.
So that's 14. That's 13 carriages.
Well, that's right. You see, you have to take a carriage off for the engine, don't you? So where's my calculator gone? There it is. So, yes. So if you've got... Like, should we show this? I'll see if I can show it. Nope, that's me. There we go, the main screen. So we can add... we can get length 7, and you get 2 carriages per square, so that's times 2. Minus 1 for the engine. That gives us 13 carriages. And then we have to divide that and then times it. But the problem is that we've got to figure out with the ratio of carriages because the carriage sizes are different.
God.
So I don't know if we need to modify the ratio and then apply it to the number of carriages we've got.
I think you need to modify the ratio, then do the percentage.
I think we need a spreadsheet.
Because
No, you just multiply
See,
the
if you weren't...
amount of passengers and the amount of mail by the...
Well, if we weren't worried by like how many was in each carriage, and you just wanted to split the carriages up.
unfortunately, they're uneven. They're not like 60-60. It's 68.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you get your 13, you divide it by 10, times it by 7, and that means you would need 9.1 passenger carriages, right? But you can't. I suppose we can... you can't have 0.1 of a carriage either. So what you'd say is that really you would need 9 passenger carriages, but we actually need probably one less, because you want to bump up the mail vans because they have slightly less in them. So I would say 8. So if we say 8 passenger carriages, that means that we have to have 5 mail vans.
Math is hard.
I mean, you could do it properly. You could do that properly. 1, 2... Right? Well, we're paused. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right?
Kevin makes a good point. If your train has a different cargo capacity as well, that mucks up the ratios even.
Oh, yeah, your loco. Yeah. That would make it go crazy.
The Manly and the DCU have cargo capacity, at least for the diesel trains.
Yeah. Okay. Then you can make your 9.1. Yeah, you got to be careful with the 9.1s, haven't you? Anyway, we're going to get this train in. And what we'll do is we'll use some spread stations to make the station cover as much as the city as we can. So if we look at the coverage here of this station, I'm going to get some extra passenger bits. And we're going to... Oh, we can only go 7 in any one direction, can't we? So let's measure. We can go up to... We can go up to this line here, I think. Yeah, there we go.
Is it default 7?
Yeah, well, the default 7, and I don't know... oh, yeah, game is paused. So let's...
I'm usually a cheaty wizard and have it to 64.
Yeah, I mean, I can put one here. That fits. But I can't get one there. I'd have to delete that building to get one in there. So I'm not going to do it. I'm going to put one on the road here. So then you can see the coverage of that station now gets a very large portion of the city. Not all of it, but a very large portion. Also, I accidentally put one down there. Right then, let's get this train. We're going to tell it to full load. I'm going to use control to automatically put the full load order in. And then we'll tell it to go down here. And we'll start the train. Basic spread station is 12, says Gil. Wait. Default's 12. That makes sense, actually. That rings a bell. I believe you. Yeah. Now, the interesting thing here, right, is that when you're doing spread stations with bus stations, you don't have to add the mail stops as well. Because it just counts as a station tile.
Really? No.
Yeah. How cool's that?
No. But if you spread to like an industry with a regular bus stop, it doesn't accept the goods.
Ooh, let's test this. There's a copper ore mine, right?
Let's test.
let's put a train station in that's outside the range of the copper ore mine. Okay.
What this stream's for.
Am I going to... Yeah, well, this is exactly it. Testing theories. Let's test my theory. Then if I get a bus station that is in the area, you can see it accepts nothing, right? But if I then... Oh, it's too far away. Let's bring it a little bit closer. Right, so then if I spread station it to Pranin Way West... Oh, it still accepts nothing.
Haha.
Ooh. Ooh, this is interesting. So then if I then put this in, it still accepts nothing. I think that's because maybe the game hasn't run in. It didn't realise. Okay, let's have a look. Oh no, the game is running. Is it because a copper ore mine doesn't accept? It only produces.
Yeah, a copper ore mine doesn't accept.
Bad example. Bad example. We need to go to a accepting industry.
Go to a factory.
There we go. We've got a food processing plant. Silly.
Oh,
our experiment was fundamentally flawed. Let's try again.
Gil says load it up. Like, get a train to load there.
Hang on. Right, here we go, look. The station is out of reach. You can see it currently accepts nothing. If we put a bus stop in that is in reach and spread station to it, you can see it now accepts fruit and maize. Right?
Wow.
So it works for accepting, but not supplying.
Yeah, because you can't drop off fruit and maize, but with a bus.
Well, I mean, you can drop it off at the station, but you can't pick up the food.
Oh yeah, you pick it up as well.
If Hellish goes back to that previous station and starts a train loading there, it should pick up the copper ore.
I think I deleted it.
Okay.
I think I deleted it. But yeah, because we need to go to a primary industry to show that one, don't we? So here, let's show it working in both ways. So we know that the other one accepts. Let's show this one loading. So, and this just demonstrates the comment that I made. What is it? Copper ore. So we can go sort by copper ore, build vehicle, and we can just say full load here, and off it goes. There's the train. We can press H to honk the horn.
I love that feature.
Yeah. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't actually produce a lot of copper. It's only 40 tons of production last month, but you can see that the loading is going up.
Oh, wow.
So, and so to summarise, it doesn't matter what part of the station is covering things. What matters is the part of the station that you're picking up and dropping off from in terms of whether you can pick up or not. And you will get whatever it is from anything. It is just a station coverage. It doesn't care if it's a passenger and so forth.
See, from a coding perspective, that's much easier than having to code like industry accepting station tiles and regular station accepting tiles.
Exactly. Yeah. So the did I delete the other bit? I think I did. Yes. So the whole idea here of what we were talking about is that I can go through the city and I can place. Let's get the stations invisible. I can place bus stops like here and spread the station, and I will get the passengers as well. I don't know if that's... Yeah, there we go. That's two spread. There we go. There we go. We've got pretty much the whole town covered now. This is a little bit over here, actually. Let's just do one there. So there is no need, if you're going to use spread stations in this manner, to do buses and the other ones. Right. It works both ways, yes. Silly question, but what are the hotkeys is to join the stations? Yes, you just hold control. You hold control when placing a station and it brings it up. You can also do it the other way round for that as well. So if I built a train station over here and then I want to put a different train station next to it. Normally, it just expands the train station. You can hold control and build a separate station, and you can have 2 stations right next to each other, which is really nice because you can make it look like one station, but actually send trains to particular platforms. So in this particular scenario, we've got 2 platforms that are Plunkburg West, and we've got 2 platforms that are Plunkburg Transfer. Sorry, one. One platform is Transfer, 2 platforms for West. So this would be really good if you wanted to, say, have trains, mail trains going to one set of platforms and passenger trains going to the other set of platforms. Okay, let's delete this train. We don't need that. Here we go. I left the depot. Right, let's delete these as well. There we go. So, we've spread the station. Where's our train? Where is our... our train's gone. Our train's gone. Where's our train gone? Is it on its way back yet, or is it still on its way in there? It looks like it's still on its way there. Right. Look at this. This is the practical demonstration that shows how good or bad our maths was. You can see that the train left the station full of passengers. If we'd have got our maths perfect, the bags of mail should also be full. They're not quite, but they are mostly. So that goes to show that we are pretty much bang on with our calculation. And if we'd have had 9 and 4, we probably would have left some passengers behind on the platform. No, wait, the other way around. We'd have filled up on mail too early, and we wouldn't have picked up the passengers. So in this scenario, I think we got it right. I think if you'd switch that mail van for a passenger carriage, it wouldn't be as good. And remember, mail pays a lot more passengers. So we got our ratios good. Anyway, let's unpause the game.
I'm not doing that math every time I place down a new train station.
You don't need to do the math every time you place down the train station. Once you know your train length, you can apply the math, and that's it. In fact, you could just make a little list. Or you can have a spreadsheet that just works out per train. Oh, I want to do that now.
You're going to end up creating a spreadsheet for optimal train mail to passengers.
Yeah,
eventually.
I do wonder if it is 74% across pretty much all of these towns. Like, for example, if we look at this one and calculate it.
Once again, you also have to take into consideration the cargo size difference.
Yeah, so the spreadsheet would have to take that into consideration. But you can see we've got 154 people in this available for transport in the city. We can add the 57 mail that's in there. That gives us 211. And then we can get the 154, divide it by the 211, and that gives us 73%. To the nearest percentage. So we got 74 last time, and we got 73 this time. So I think it does sound like we are sitting around the 73, 74, 75 mark. Well, you'd have to test a few more towns, but I bet you could get a nice little average and work out. Yeah, that's going to be pretty much what your ratios are. Let's get some more trains. So when I'm doing these trains, I'm going to control clone this train. And that means it's going to have shared orders. And if you don't know how to do shared orders in OpenTTD, learn. It is one of the things that isn't it's not. I wouldn't say it's a newbie skill. Being able to send a train from one place to another, that's a newbie skill. But it's the first non-noob skill that you need. Learn shared orders because it makes your life so much easier. Right, let's go back to the chat for a minute and see if I can catch up with what's going on here. Jason says, I learned to play OpenTTD from your tutorials years ago. Figured I should subscribe since I started playing again. Well, welcome back. Thank you very much for checking out the content. Yeah, you have to walk a 10-minute walk from the tube station, from the tube down to the station. Yeah. Yes, a separate station working better than a waypoint. It's certainly neater than a waypoint, but it depends if you want to have lots of station labels all over the place. So you could end up with a train station, and it might look something ridiculous like that. So you've got like 6 different platforms and 4 different station labels. So it depends. I don't know whether I would prefer that or waypoints. Probably this, to be honest. I would probably prefer this. You could even have 1 per platform and then actually be able to tell trains which platform to go to.
Different station labeled platforms is probably more consistent than using waypoint. Because waypoints is more orders to get messed up by depots.
Yes, potentially. Yeah, you have to be careful. As a general rule, keep your depots away from stations and waypoints. Keep your depots... We don't know how far it is. We haven't actually managed to research it. But I think we found out that 16 tiles away works. It might be less, but we know 16 works. So maybe we should find out that someday. I'm not sure. We'd have to design some sort of experiment to figure it out. And you can see we've got trains loading down here. And they're loading quite nicely. Let's have a look. It depends on the exact buildings in the town. That's true. And also mods can change it. Yes, we're definitely talking about that ratio when we're talking about the base game. So if you're playing with mods and you've got different buildings in there, it can really change. I'm looking at the Yogscast live stream now, and another train crash. It looks like Duncan had a train crash. Yeah, I think that might be his second train crash. He's just killed 4 people. Chat is going absolutely crazy on that channel right now.
Why did that one happen?
Presumably he was messing around with the signals.
Or it's got the skip signal order on it. But it really shouldn't have crashed.
They're the one-way signals, right? So...
Oh, hang on a minute. What about
Or are
that?
they?
Oh, there's a special scenario when you've got a train in a depot at the end of a station, and I've just seen he's got them at the end of the stations. By the way, folks, don't put your depots on the end of the stations like that. It's bad for flow.
You could put to stop the crashes, you could put a signal in, right? With a space between them.
It would... I can't remember what the special condition is.
But the flow would be bad, like you said. So
yeah, the flow would be bad. Yeah, there's a certain thing that means that a train will just leave. Oh, I want to try this now. Okay.
Because the depot counts as a signal in a way, doesn't it? Or at least it acts like one.
A depot has a signal.
It has a signal, right? Fine, yeah.
It has like a special superficial signal.
Not a visual.
Not an actual. No. You can what you can do
That'd
is
be cool.
You can pretend that there is a path signal on the exit of a depot.
Yeah.
Right. Let's get a train to go into this station.
I'd actually say it's a block signal.
No, it's definitely path, not block. Because if you think about double depots, you can have a train coming out while another train's coming in on the opposite depot. So it's not block. It's definitely path.
So the reason why Duncan was having trouble was, I'm not sure what signal he was using, but they were all queuing. They had a 3-platform station there, but they were all queuing to... And there was only one train in the station, and it wouldn't path to the other 2 stations. So then he stuck in one-way signals just in front of the stations, and then they all sort of just moved next to the station, so they were just headbutting each other, and then he must have just removed the signal, and they crashed into each other.
What Duncan needed to do was put reverse 2-way path signals in.
Just not play
make
around
it
with
separate
signals
block.
while there's trains on the line.
Also,
Yeah, that was the other part of the problem. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
They're now testing it themselves as well.
Let's have a quick look up here. We definitely need to catch up with chat. Shared orders helps you fix your games faster. Yes, and shared orders also helps with things like if you add a new station in, or or you want to send them to a depot along the route. If you add something in or make a change, then it's all pretty. It's pretty easy to do, and it makes it a lot easier. In terms of cost to profit, what is the best transport method? Planes, trains? Nah. Yeah, it depends on maintenance and stuff. Planes are quite good, one of the best, but you just don't get the throughput through the airports that you can get with trains. So, to be honest, I mean, you could put a lot of effort into having lots of planes and stuff, but if you've got a good station with lots and lots of passengers, the airports just can't handle it.
Infinite throughput with boats.
But I mean, infinite throughput, if you've got enough passengers, is going to make more money than trains. But I'd wager you would potentially run out of passengers at the station before you get enough profit on those boats to outweigh the trains. I just need to check my microphone. I think there's a problem with it. Bear with me a second.
That is true, Jonathan. Even with disasters off, planes will still crash.
Right, okay, there we go. Yeah, sorry, my mic levels were a little high. Something on my computer changed my mic level, and I just noticed it. And I kept moving the mic further away from my face, because I saw it peaking. So, apologies for any problem with the audio. The audio has now been fixed, and my microphone is back to where it was. So, yeah, I mean, planes, just because you can't get the throughputs. Boats, because you don't get the profit ratio. Like, if you move 100 passengers with a train and you move 100 passengers with a boat, the train's going to win because it's going faster.
Yeah.
So, like, a very large, very efficient train station would probably make you more money than an absolute boatload of boats, even if you are doing the infinite throughput thing. But it'd be interesting. Right. In one of my games, I have a terminus of 4 tracks and 2 on the through line, thinking to replace the through for a different station. Right. Well, it depends on your particular scenario, and I like playing around with different station designs anyway. Maybe you could explain or show special signal groups for priority lines. There is a video on my tutorial series about priority merges. I didn't make it. It's done by Lugnuts. I asked Lugnuts, I said, hey, you made a video about this. I was going to make a video about it. I've got nothing more to add to the conversation other than what you've already said. Can I just add your video to my playlist? And they said yes. So nice, have a look at my tutorial. I mean, anybody can add any video to any playlist anyway.
It's good to get their permission.
Yeah, I like to do that. It's like when I took a bit of Potato McWhiskey's video and put it inside my video for the 100 Years City Grow Challenge. I asked for permission for that as well.
It also might help them to work out where are all these views coming from.
Yeah.
Like seemingly out of nowhere, because YouTube doesn't sometimes say where they're coming from. It just says YouTube playlist.
Yeah.
Or
yeah. So yeah, if you look at my tutorial list, towards the end of the tutorial playlist, there's a couple of Lugnuts videos, and one of those is about priority merges. So definitely check it out. Can you give us a quick explanation of self-regulating lines? No. Self-regulating lines? In what way? Are they? I don't know if you're referring to just like lines that like just regulate themselves nicely, or whether you're talking about a particular advanced line. Planes crash too much. That's a good point. Planes are terrible because they crash too much. Trains only crash when you crash them. Yes. Airports always start backing up, and that's because airports have terrible throughput.
They have the biggest catchment per tile in the game, though.
Yeah. Definitely look at Lugnuts videos. I'm a bit silent. Yeah, I'm much quieter. This is the volume I'm supposed to be at. Oh, trains without orders and stuff. Oh, I'm with you. No, it's not. It's not the style that I've played before, and it's a relatively advanced subject. But if I remember correctly, Lugnux has got videos on that. Right,
I feel like
let's
that would just fill your chat with train has no orders.
let's see here. So we've got a train, and it's trying to go to the same station as the train that's going in the station. If I set it going, it doesn't come out. But if I turn this train around, it still doesn't come out. If I send it to the depot, turn it around.
Duncan crashed again.
Turn the train around. Yeah, Duncan had another crash.
He's a little bit rubbish tonight. What's going on?
Oh,
He's drunk.
Duncan always has crashes.
He said he tries to tries not to crash every year.
Yeah, but he's bad.
I think he's drunk.
He makes one very key mistake, and that's playing around with tracks and signals while trains are on the line. If he didn't do that, wouldn't have the crashes, I don't think. I can't remember what this is. I had a train crash once, and there was a very specific scenario to do with stations and depots, and if you did it a certain thing or had it in a certain way, you would get a train crash. And I can't remember what it is. I really
Very
can't
strange.
remember. I'm going to send these to depot, though.
Everyone always thinks, oh, they're doing it for the meme, they're doing it for a joke, but genuinely, apparently, they're not. They just happens.
What's going on? Why can't I delete? Oh, is that train half in the depot? I stopped the wrong train. There we go. If I can find the video where I said that, I don't know what it is. Right then, so these trains are all coming through here. It looks like we're going quite nicely. You can see that the trains are loading quite nicely. Our ratings are really quite good. So that's good. To improve town ratings, do you just need to deliver cargo and or build trees? Right, okay, so yeah, don't avoid... Oh, so if you particularly... station rating and the local authorities company rating, two different things. So you're talking about the local authority. Yes, so bribing does make it go up, but it can also make it go down if you get found out. So avoiding that is good. Building trees, that makes it goes up. And also, yes, delivering cargo and stuff, that makes it go up. Usually just building some trees. Trees, yeah?
Trees is usually a solution unless they've built too many trees,
Yeah,
in which case you might as well delete all.
You can go to store.masterhellish.net where you can get the Trees t-shirt. And also the Hellish Ink Express brand new t-shirt. It's fantastic. I think it's my favourite. Out of all the t-shirts I've ever done, I think it's my favourite. Somebody's offering £5 for a train crash. Yeah. Maybe we can have something like that in ours. Right. The train crash happened in your festive year last stream. You accidentally removed a signal. I'm not sure it was that. I don't think it was me. That might have happened, but I don't think that the signal removal was the thing that I was trying to investigate just then. And yes, Chegzo Kid has got that t-shirt. I got that t-shirt, and I wore it to the National Model Railway exhibition. There's a typo in the ad. What, on the on-screen ad, or... there's probably a typo in there. I do typos.
Oh yeah, Discover's got an E instead of an I.
Hang on. Oh, is it in the text?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, can we make a note of that to go on the to-do list, please? Somewhere, sometime. Remind me. Thank you. Right. So we've managed to do one railway line, talk about all sorts of game mechanics, as well as also checking on the Jingle Jam. They've actually gone down by about 3,000 views on Twitch over the course of this, which is not too bad. How many views have we got on YouTube at the minute? How many of you guys are tagging along? There's
62.
I'm seeing 61 now, but it did just update. Wow. Okay, so this morning when I got up, I had 19,009 subscribers. That's now at 31. Nice little jump there. So
It's a shout out.
yeah, maybe it is that shout out.
Probably.
Few more people coming by. By the way, folks, if you want to support me, the merch is not the best way to do it. I make next to no profit on the merch. You want to do it through Viewer Plus. Viewer Plus is the way of doing it. it's a system I run myself, so there's no middle person taking a cut of your money. PayPal do take a small fee, but I'd rather they do that because they provide the service to handle your transactions
How
securely.
much you could do about that?
Well, I could try and process transactions myself, but I would have to then take people's payment information and store it myself, and there's a lot of legal stuff that goes with that. And I don't want to
Very
touch
risky
that
as well.
with a OpenTTD spread station size of 12 barge pole. So yes, I don't want to go down that route.
Station 12 size bunch.
And if you want to support me without money, the best way of doing that is by sharing, liking my videos, commenting on them, and all that sort of stuff. It does all add up. Right. So this is your tutorial and Q&A session, folks. What do you want me to do? Maybe I should pay off some of my loan. There we go. I have repaid a large portion of the loan. It looks like I can actually probably get some more trains. There's not a lot of passengers waiting. But what we can do... we haven't got enough money. I was going to say we could build a statue of the company owner and make the ratings go up.
It's weird not seeing a sea border.
Sorry, what?
It's weird not seeing an ocean border.
It is weird not seeing an ocean border. I can't remember why I had it set like this. I think I was testing stuff for the event on the 16th.
I did find out that if you lower land to sea level at the edge of the map, it will fill in with water.
Let's do that.
Because I was testing that to write my watermarking on the map I made.
There you go. There you are. Water does flood in. Tomic Lee says, thanks again for the great answers. Learned a lot in this short time. I mean, that's why I really enjoy doing these streams, these live learns and stuff. You get some really interesting questions and stuff. I mean, I do try and answer the questions that come through on all the comments on the videos. It's starting to get to the point now where I can't reply to every comment just because there's so many. Yeah. I wanted to be able to reply, even if it's just a thank you, to every comment that came my way, because I felt like I should, especially when there wasn't many of them. But now there's more and more in terms of quantity. It's going to get to a point where I can't keep up. So, your city got mad when you built a statue? No, they don't get mad at you for building a statue.
Well, it does destroy a build. It replaces a building.
I'm looking at the wrong thing. Yes, provides a permanent boost to the station rating in your town. Yeah. There was something else I wanted to do, and that was I wanted to see if I can get a train in the water.
I think water destroys tracks.
Yeah, it does, and that's why I wanted to try and work it out. I can't remember how to do it.
But
So,
if you put canals,
well,
it won't spread.
what I want to do is we're going to do this. We're going to park a train.
Trains.
We're going to park a train down here, right?
Yeah.
We're going to shunt it down in this area.
Yeah,
New
very
viewer
rare
plus
crash.
subscriber. Oh, look at this. Look at this, folks. We've got a brand new viewer plus subscriber. Fran the Man. Thank you. Welcome to the Viewer Plus Club. The Viewer Plus page should update almost immediately. There we are. Newest sub, Fran the Man. Your name is in lights. Bringing us up to a nice 69 subs. We're going to try and hit 100 subs next year. By the end of next year, we're going to have 20k YouTube viewers, subscribers, and 100 Viewer Plus. But well, you know what? That deserves an extra whistle, I think, for a brand new Viewer Plus subscriber.
Apparently, you just got blamed for putting depots behind stations, Henny,
What? Blamed? Where?
on the Yogg stream.
They told what? Verbally?
Yeah.
Sort of. I think Duncan said, well, someone said to put depots beyond the station. I think Spiff went, so you're now blaming Master Hellish. But clearly, someone else obviously must have told him that.
Okay, we need a clip of that as well. Every time I get mentioned on that stream, we need a clip of it. Obviously, I can't have that stream running at the same time as my stream. Okay, so we've got a train. We've got it stopped here. And I'm going to just let the water flow in. And we'll see what happens.
Don't forget.
We
to switch
can't see the
scenes.
game.
I'm switching. I'm just doing it at the same time. See, that's better than having the SOS, isn't it? But the SOS, I think, takes up to 6 seconds.
Like, by the time SOS sends, sometimes you've already realised, and it's like can't cancel it.
SOS is quick. It is. I think it's 6 seconds. All right, here we go. What's going to happen? Are we going to get some sort of disaster notification? I think we are. I think
Have you
this is
turned
how
them
it
off?
happens. I don't know, actually.
So I know you turned off a
Oh, look,
bunch
there we
of
go, look.
notifications.
A piece of... There we go. The train gets destroyed. Floods. At least 2 missing, presumed dead, after significant flooding. And the train explodes. Brandon says
Does it?
another rare one is where the plane goes off the top of the map. Yes, that's true. In this scenario, the train actually gets removed very quickly. And the flood gets rid of the track very quickly as well. But yes, I just want to quickly go back and just say a very big thank you to everybody who supports the channel, including our brand new Viewer Plus subscriber, Fran the Man, because it does really help. In fact, without the Viewer Plus subscribers, I won't be able to do what I do with the amount of quality and quantity. Like, this camera is connected up by a video card that I wouldn't have been able to just afford. This microphone that is only just on camera, if I put my hand, again, this is the right way around, here, you can just see it. That was an upgrade I probably wouldn't have made if I was doing it with money out my own pocket, because, well, you know, not everybody has spare money to do a side thing like this. You remember, this is a side job for me. This is a side gig. I have a full-time job and a full-time family, and I do this in the middle. You can flood your own HQ. Oh, we have to try this. We have to try this. Let's put our HQ here. So yes, it means a lot, and it actually makes a difference. It really does. So thank you everybody who does support me. Oh, I'm waiting for this water. I can't zoom in anymore. I tried to zoom in. Is it going to destroy the HQ? Oh, there, HQ's gone. You don't get a notification, but it just... Does that mean you can do that to other people's HQs?
If they were on ground zero.
Yeah, if they're built on the ocean floor.
I think it can also destroy town. If you build a town on in like the ocean.
Can we fund a new town?
Can we do that over industries?
Yeah, you fund an industry, yeah.
Okay, let's do that as well. Let's lower the land.
Fund new town is a game setting.
Yeah, but I can't remember where it's on or off by default.
It's off by default. It
Okay.
comes under the fund new industry button. There's another one for fund new town.
I thought it was under the town directory button here, fund towns. Anyway, lumber mill, fund here. Oh, I ain't got enough money. Hey? Oh, rainforest areas. No, let's do water tower. Only allow one per town. Oil refinery. No. Food processing plant. Factory? Oh my goodness. Okay, we need to go somewhere where there's more towns. Here we go. Right. We're just making an absolute mess. This map will not be made available. Too close. We got too close to another industry. Only one allowed per town, apparently, on that one. We could just change the game setting, maybe. Ah. Right, okay. Not got the money. Well, it's the wrong error message. I tell you what, let's cheat the money in. There we go. Now we've got over 100 million. Let's try again.
You flood an airport.
Assuming we can flood anything.
Yeah.
According to chat, you can even flood indestructible objects like telephone poles.
Oh, nice. I like that.
But how the telephone pole got on the floor?
Yeah, it wouldn't be down there by normal generation. In fact,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly, normal generation doesn't go beneath this one. Like, it will not go back down and then back up again. Cheat it!
Yeah.
Okay, let's
That-
change the game setting.
Then it will put water there.
Brandon, you changed this setting recently. Do you remember what it was called?
Multiple industries per town. Allow industry. Just type in industry.
Allow multiple similar industries per town. There we go.
Yeah, that's it.
So now we can go to our little hole in the ground.
I had to turn that on for the latest map. No spoilers.
I posted the map on social media. Big spoiler.
Oh.
Now we have to get water to come in from somewhere.
Close to a map edge or a lake?
Yeah, there's a lake here. I'm gonna have to, like, bloof.
Some new GRFs let you place lighthouses.
Yeah, there's all sorts of bits in there. I suppose really
Yeah,
we can.
the flags and the giant cats and the other stuff.
Yeah, look,
Yeah.
there's an airport as well. So the water's on its way. We've got an airport, an industry. What else can we put on the land?
A town.
A plane.
A plane. Well,
Buy a plane.
okay, let's buy a plane, and I'll tell it to full load here. So
The
yes,
whole town.
this is a thing that happens, but it's extremely rare. But for some reason, if somebody builds at this level, you can destroy stuff.
A bus, maybe, or another road vehicle.
Now, a way to prevent this is you build canals around your stuff, and water won't spread through canal.
Yeah. So yes, we can cheat it in. Well, there is a option for a magic bulldozer to remove industries and unremovable objects, but not to place them.
I guess you can't flood docks.
I
No,
don't think so.
because they're placed on a slope.
Fran the
Yeah.
Man says, I thought I'd subscribe. Do enjoy your OpenTTD streams and videos. Well, thank you very much. Start a town. Oh, right, hang on. Pause. Settings. Fund. Allow funding.
Honestly, funding new towns is so expensive, it's probably not worth it by the time you can actually afford it. I think it's like 10 million for a town.
I can't find it.
You know, just town funding? Funding. Build. Got to open the game up.
There's viewports, driving, company limits, own company, advisors,
It's called founding.
founding.
Yeah, if you type that in.
Founding towns in game. Forbidden. Not off, or none, or disabled. Forbidden. Founding, not funding. Yes. You are funding the founding. You are.
Yeah, it's a bit inconsistent there.
Custom town layout as well. Okay, let's allow that. Go to, yeah, it is under the town directory, not under the industries. So under town directory, there's fund town option there. And we'll do a small new town. Oh, we can't do it while it's paused? There we go. So now the impending water is going to kill everything.
Millions dead.
Well, not millions. It potentially 86 people. It might not work with towns. I haven't tried it with towns. I've only tried it with trains before.
This is what this stream's for.
This is one of the reasons we do the. Oh, yeah, no, it's destroying it.
Does it become zero or does it just get wiped?
It'll become zero. Yeah. I mean, one could potentially draw comparisons to some things within a book involving flooding and destroying lots of stuff. A flood that lasted for many days and many nights. Thou shalt not fund. Yeah. So you can see it's just absolutely wrecking everything.
Nothing is safe.
Will the city try and grow? Well, no. Town's not growing. Oh, so like if we get within its catchment and try and get the city to grow, will it then try and put a statue in it? Local authority build a statue of the company owner. No suitable place. I don't think I've ever seen this error message before.
It's because there's no houses.
It can't grow. Yeah, it can't grow once the root piece has been destroyed. Apparently so. Well, it certainly seems that. This is brand new to me. This is
That's a new error.
a brand new error. We'll watch the industry go, and then we'll move on to the next bit. I think they've finished their OpenTTD-ness because it is now 7 minutes past 11, and they're on kind of like a end screen thing. Oh, there goes the
deciding
industry.
if they want to play Red Alert.
Yeah, they might do an after party. Oh, by the way, we're doing an after party on the 16th. We've got an intro. We've got a kind of fun warm-up game, which I think is 2 hours long. We've got the main game, and after the main game, we've got an after party. So, there we go. Oh no, the town built a road. Let's throw some more trains at it. Oh, yep, they're back. The Yogscast are back. And the chat is saying, where train? Where is train? Yo, where can I install mods for OpenTTD? You can do that. They're in the in-game browser.
One of the wonderful things about OpenTTD. It's just there. And it just works.
Let me see if I can actually open another instance of OpenTTD.
Well, you had another one open.
I closed it.
Mm.
So if I go into my games folder, I've got roughly 12 different versions of OpenTTD at the moment. And the reason is that if I want to go and test something in a different version, so right now we are playing current release, which is 13.4. But if we want to go back to 11.2, boom, there it is. I can open up any version of OpenTTD that I've got set up, and I can just, start a new game. But I can show you here, there's an in-game browser, and it's check online content, and these are all the different mods. They're usually called GRFs or scripts, and if you want recommendations, have I got my list? Yes, here we are. There's a nice little recommendation list. Shark, good for boats. Generic tram set, gives you trams. Total town replacement set, nice if you want to revamp your towns. Fact train set, adds an extra level of trains after MacLeod. Hover vehicles, same, but for road vehicles. No grid lines. If you want to get rid of the grid lines, you can use that one. The Industrial Stations renewal set is absolutely fantastic. It is purely graphical, and it means that you can do... Well, is it purely graphical? Yeah, I suppose it is purely graphical. Interesting and pretty railway stations. Industrial track sets gives you tracks that match it, and the ISR rail and road depots give you depots that match it as well. And then you've got the Total Bridge renewal set. In addition to that, I would also add, is it the British Station set? Because they're good for passenger stations. And also the other one maybe you want to look at, oh yeah, they are, British Station set, is Furs. They are my personal top picks because I feel that they add to the game without changing it too much from the vanilla experience. Obviously Furs does change the vanilla experience a little bit, but that is my rundown of that. And you just select them in the browser and click download, and then go to that page that I was just on to choose which mods you do and don't want. Yeah. Okay, destroy the water in the centre of the town and see if it will let you put a statue in before the water comes back. What, so that the statue gets... Oh, right. That's an interesting thing. Let's do that. So if I destroy the water by using the bomb tool, and then quickly go to the local authority and buy a statue, it puts the statue in. And then presumably gets destroyed. Yeah, there you are. But now can I then put a statue in again? I can. There's another statue.
Multiple.
There you are. And now you can't find a location. That's an interesting one.
Graham asks a good question. Grass grows next to water, so if you have grass on the central tile of a city, will it then need water and food still?
So yeah, can you basically switch a town from requiring it to not requiring it? Interesting. I think I've done this before, and I think the answer is no. Because, let's show an example. This is a river. Oh, well, no, hang on a minute. Oh, hang on, we did a dig. We dug down here, didn't we? So when you dig, right, it's still desert, right? And it just adds like a little graphical bit of grass right next to it. Let's speed up time a little. There you go. So you can see that there is a little bit of grass along the edge. But it doesn't kind of change the biome. Not like these rivers. I mean, these kind of rivers and lakes here. Oh, there's another train crash. Yeah, Duncan just had another one. I think that's 4 now.
They are just having fun now, like deliberately.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're talking about doing real-time strategy games now.
Yeah, we do some of that sometimes, which is nice. So there we go. So that's how you do the mods. That's all the stuff. So yeah, if we can find a really small town where we can get like the center tile on the edge of a bit of stuff. Actually, let's just go through the town directory and look at all the tiny ones.
Well, can't you just delete the town and then lower land?
I mean, in theory, this town here, the tile is definitely on water. It says town not growing. But I don't know whether that was already in the area or not. So let's have a look. Great Farnley. This, I think, is the centre town tile. So that's not a good one. See, none of these are really... So that's the centre tile there. I don't think you can manipulate it in that way. Trying to find somewhere where I could bring a river up the side. Try and make the bank go green. I don't think I can do it with any of these. Maybe this one, if I do it here. Ah, I've come the wrong way. There we go. So if we let the water flow into the town, you see the town is just not growing. Oh. That seems to have worked, but I didn't check beforehand. Okay, let's check beforehand this time.
What if you then remove the water again?
Yeah, that's something else we can do. So, remove the water. It either hasn't realised, or it was okay in the first place.
I don't think it can change.
So let's nip over to the next town. Think I can get one in here. Okay, so this one... Oh, hang on a minute. That one hasn't got the requirements. Huh. That one has. Oh, is it over a certain population? So, like, the tiniest towns don't need food and water to grow. That one's in the green area, so it doesn't count. No, that one requires food and water. No. Was that just some glitchy towns or something? Okay, so this one doesn't require it. The local authority hate me, so let's get some trees in.
The local authority are going to hate you in lots of places, I think. You did flood a town.
Oh, hang on a second. That's a bank. No, I can't do that one.
You can delete the bank.
Here we go. Here's one we
It
can do.
cheats.
Here's one we can do. Right?
Yeah, Magic Borders, the bank.
So I can delete this. As soon as I did that, it changed, look. Just a town not growing. And I don't know whether it's because of the amount of population that's there. Wait until the next month it checks again. No, I've just fast forwarded through a couple of months. And it's still town not growing. Okay, let's put a service in. I'll also purchase that land so that we can plop it later.
You fund some buildings.
Yeah, we'll fund some buildings as well. Right, okay, so we've got some road vehicles going backwards and forwards. The town is growing. And we're not supplying water. Okay. Let's go local authority, fund new buildings. There, look. Food and water required again.
So can it change?
I think there's kind of a minimum population required for food and water to be needed.
Interesting.
Yep. So now
So it's like, I forgot what it's called. It's like City Grower.
Kind of. But now I'm changing the land height, like we discussed previously. And we're going to let the water come in. And you can see that the edge goes, like the edge of the town tile goes right up to there. And it's not enough to affect it. So you can't change a town's status of whether it requires food and water or not by putting water next to it. Okay, that doesn't work. Yeah, apparently it went over 200. It switched. Okay, so if we go to the town directory and look at every town under 200, whether it's when it's not in the green area. See here, look, Lenpool 81 requires it. 74 still requires it. 67 still requires it. 60 gone. So there must be something in the game code that did that. It's not over 200, it's around the 60 mark in population. Here's another one. 84 requires it. 77 70 still requires it. 63 still requires it. 56 gone.
That is neat.
Might be a bug rather than a feature.
Could be a bug.
Could be a bug. Master Hellish. Finding bugs since Brandon pointed them out. Okay, well we can see our town over here is growing quite nicely. And we've only had one station in it all this time. It is now 1981.
Get monorail soon.
Yeah.
See, for that, we had the conversation about monorail a while ago now. But I find the best way to do monorail, if you want to use it, is only do it to new lines.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you could do. You could just keep your existing electric network electric, do new lines in monorail, and then when you move to maglev, just move everything up to maglev. So, yeah. Yeah, it might be population. I don't think it was number of houses. I do think size. Gil Games said any size should ask for water if in desert. Well, if it's under 60, it doesn't seem to. Can we get... Is there any naturally generated ones?
Can you trick it by making it go under the water food required, then putting water in it so it has green on the home tile?
No, it's not about green on the home tile. There's something to do with this special area. Atomic Lee says, train question. How, when do train cars affect the loco's top speed? Versus 3 cars versus 8 cars versus 12. Is it just when elevation changes on the land? So, it doesn't affect its top speed. It affects its acceleration. And it always affects its acceleration. And in addition to how many cars are on the back of the loco, you can also have a different number of locos. And this is something we've investigated in the past. So really, it's a balancing act. How much do you want your trains to accelerate? It's all about horsepower. Yeah, horsepower per ton. In fact, they added that statistic. When you look at a train's info, so if we look at this passenger train here, with the carriages on, and we look at the information panel, you can see here there is a horsepower per ton, minimum performance.
Does that mean there is cargo has different weights depending on what you're pulling?
I don't know whether it's to, that. We can have a look, but this is a relatively new feature. I mean, the actual game mechanics of how it works hasn't changed. It's just a new feature that they show this in the train details. But what we can do for Brandon is we can find a train that's like pretty empty and a train that's pretty full and compare the two. So here's a train that's full, or I presume it's full because it's only just left the station, so it's nearly full. And if we come down here and find a train on the way back, probably hasn't got nowhere near as much stuff in it. Okay, so it's got less. It's still got stuff inside, but it's got less. And if we have a look, we've got 4.7 horsepower per ton, and we've got 4.7 horsepower per ton. So either cargo on board doesn't make a difference, or this smaller amount of change of cargo is not enough to make a difference. But if we look at the total capacity of both trains, one's got 470 units of stuff in it, and the other one has... Oh, hang on, no, wait, yes, about 470, and the other one's got just under 100. So one is like full and one's like a quarter, and it didn't affect the horsepower per ton. I don't know if that changes for different cargo types, but it doesn't really look like it. Yeah, thanks a ton. Use the question mark button on the toolbar to see how the coastal things are in the desert. Okay, so yes, that's a good point. So if you look here, desert, 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 desert. And if we click here, grass, 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 grass. Desert, desert, grass. Tree, tree, grass. Coast or riverbank. And then
This
water.
game's so in-depth.
It can be. That's one of the things I like about OpenTTD is that the basics are really easy to grasp, but then like you can go in depth. So you see here we've got water, riverbank, and desert. Okay. And where we did some of the land filling... Nope, that wasn't it. Where did we do the land filling where there was a town? Not sure. But we did a lot of land filling over here, and you can see, look, that's desert. Even though there's a little bit of green on it, it's still desert.
I guess you can't terraform them. Good to know.
Yeah, you can't really terraform. When was that added, says Gil Games. I can't remember. It was one of the recent ones, but you could have a look at my snapshot series on the YouTube channel. If you go to my Spotlight playlist, my OpenTTD Spotlight playlist. In that playlist, there are I say snapshot. That's a Minecraft thing, isn't it? There are videos about the updates, and I think I've done all the recent ones, so it's in there. Now where you dug out the land. So yeah, that was where I dug out land. So if you look here, this area here is water, then you've got riverbank, and it's all desert. So that's where I dug it out. And that's where I dug it out as well. Anywhere else, you've actually got proper grass before you've got desert. So I don't think riverbank counts. So here we've got road, road, water, road. You can't make the central tie a riverbank. So, or maybe you could actually. You'd have to delete it. And then wait for it to grow, I guess. So that's coast or riverbank. And it still says water is required. So it has to be grass. Actual where the tile could be grass. Okay. I don't think we did a video where we raced different length trains. We took a break in the middle of a live stream and did it, I think, yeah. So there we go. So it really depends. Like, if you don't care whether you're... It's not a matter of also if you don't care. If you've got a really long railway line, you probably don't care too much about acceleration. Because your train's going to spend most of its time travelling at top speed anyway. But if you've got quite a short line, then maybe you want relatively good acceleration because you want to get up to that top speed quickly so that you can get to your destination nice and quickly on that point as well.
I actually had that problem when upgrading to MacLeod, where my trains were not accelerating fast enough to actually get up to their top speed.
Yeah, you either need a really long line or an extra engine.
2 engines is usually good.
Yeah,
Expensive, but
so the centre of a town can technically be on water. We've done it here. It shouldn't actually happen under normal natural generation. But this town's so tiny that it's under 60, and therefore that's what we was going to do. Right, should we dump this map? We don't want to save this map, do we? I can't think for any reason anybody would ever want this map. There's nothing useful in it, right?
apart from the town underwater.
I mean, apart from the memes, but yeah. We could even change the town name. There we go. It's now Wetville. Nice to see the stream pop up in your feed. You love some OpenTTD. Well, we do it every week, and if you love OpenTTD, we've got a big public charity live stream event on the 16th. There's lots of details about it on my website. Go to masterhellish.net, and there is a link under Festive 23 in the menu. So in the main menu, you can check it out. All the information about that is there. Atlantis, yes. Any new GRF recommendations for passenger and road vehicles in the 1900s? I think there are some, but it's not things I've investigated, Jason. So not one I can give a recommendation on. I would just go and check a load out and see how it goes.
Is it Iron Horse that adds like horse and carts?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'd have to have a look. Right, I'm just going to regenerate this world. It's going to have a different seed, so it's going to be slightly different. But I want to go to that town directory. And just go around here, look. Town doesn't require food and water. That town has a tile in the grass, so that's fine. Town doesn't require food and water. This one here doesn't require food and water, even though the centre of the city is in the desert. We can go right up to Rimpfield here at 56. Town doesn't require food and water, but as soon as we go to this one at 63, it requires it. So whether that's intentional or not, I don't know. But it appears that if it's 60, if it's less than 60, it doesn't require food or water. And I don't know why.
Sounds like a bug.
Oh, hang on. Gil Games. I missed something you said. Oh, what's Gil saying? I think I missed it. Gil says, when was that line added? Oh, Gil was talking about a line in the code. Yeah.
Is that real, Ncube?
Ncube says, if town grows gold, blah, blah, town grows red desert, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, if this town population less than 60. That looks pretty legit.
It looks real.
I don't know if I can get that in a sign. I don't think I can. I'm going to try anyway. No, that's as much as you can get in there. But yeah, I will do the appropriate bit of code. There you go. Oh, it doesn't fit still. Wow, these signs are really limited in what you can do. Never mind. And that line is 11 years old according to the history. So that's been in the game a long time. And it's on purpose. It's not a bug. So there we go. If you build a mountain that spreads over a transition from desert to grass and it change some of the tiles from once... Will it change what some tiles are once they are a few tiles up? I don't think so.
Oh, according to the wiki, towns will still grow very slowly. So if they don't accept food to grow them, you can wait it out, and they'll eventually accept food from growing.
Oh, it's extremely slowly, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nothing about under 60 though.
I think that is a good point actually, because if you've got a town that's under 60, no matter where you put your station, it's not going to accept food, is it? And that's probably why they've done it. It makes sense. If you get a town that's like a bit bigger, then it's going to accept food. Because remember what we talked about earlier in that live stream. If you click on a house or a building and land area information, that particular house there counts to 1 of 8 for then accepting food. So you'd need 8 of those houses. The bank doesn't. The water tower doesn't. And yeah, all of the houses here are 1 in 8 food. So you need at least 8 of these houses, which is why they probably had that in the code. Makes a lot of sense.
Also, most, not all, most desert towns will spawn with a water tower.
Yeah.
But
I think you can by default they should all spawn with a water tower. Like even ones that are in the green. Let's find a green one. Here we go. Hang on. Look. This town is in the green. It's got a water tower. This town over here, not in the green. It's actually slightly out. Oh, there we go. We've got oh, this one's on a hill in the green. And it hasn't got a water tower. Neither of these two have. So it appears that if a town is elevated, it doesn't have a water tower when it's in this green area. Can we find more examples of that? Yep, here we go.
I've had it in a desert before.
No water tower, no water tower. And that's not elevated, so there's a water tower. So it looks like if the town is on the lower level, then it does generate with a water tower, whether it's in the green area or not. But if it's in a higher area, where it's all grass, there we go. There's another thing that we've noticed. But unfortunately for now, that is going to have to be all for today's live stream. It's been great fun to poke the game, investigate, answer your questions. Remember, if you want to take part in an OpenTTD game, big public game on the 16th, and of course it's for charity as well, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, there's only a couple of things left to do. One of them is reveal the winner of the live giveaway. And the winner of the live giveaway for Project Chemistry is... fantastic! Goody Two Shoes. So congratulations to you. That game will be coming over to you by email. Now, at the time of this live stream, it's the 1st of December. I haven't had a chance to get the monthly prizes up yet, but this month the prize for the monthly giveaways is Railroute, and there's another £10 Steam voucher to give away as well. I don't know when the winners of those ones will be announced. I'd have to check my stream schedule, which I do actually have here, so I'll have a quick look. I'll have a quick look and I'll let you know at my stream planner. The last live stream of the year, if all goes to plan, will be on Thursday the 21st of December. It will be OpenTTD Let's Play Season 10 Episode 53.
Ooh, Not Just Bikes just was in the chat. Got a big YouTube channel there, Not Just Bikes.
Hey, yeah, I'm glad somebody's watching the chat right now because I was looking at my spreadsheet. You'll promote the live stream. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I'll see you on the 16th. Yeah, we want to get as many people come in as possible, get the extra promotion in. Because it's a charity event, I do put the extra effort in for that promotion. But it's been fantastic. I've been working since 7 o'clock this morning. No, wait, that was yesterday. I can't even remember what day it is. I need to have a nap. I'm going to have a sleep. You all have a good night, everybody. Take care, and I'll see you all soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.